Oh, dog! Why you gonna do that to me? Hello, good game. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the channel. Appreciate you. Hope you have a magical day. Smash that like button to help support. Today, we've got Removal Tribal within Rakdos colors, red and black. A couple new cards mixed with a couple old cards equals new found synergies that we're actually doing really well with. We're beating rogue decks. We're beating some of the best decks in Mythic, which is great. So in today's video, we'll break down the list for you guys, talk about strategies, synergies, show you the gameplay footage, discuss playlines and interactions, so you as the viewer get a good idea whether or not this deck is right for you and your wildcards. And then of course we'll wrap up with my final thoughts and review on the deck. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, Removal Tribal. I didn't know really what to call it. Crush the Weak is really what the deck was built around because I'm so sick of all the aggro decks. It seems to be, like 75% aggro decks and then 25% Yorion Ultimatum decks. And, we can't really deal with the Ultimatum too well here. We do have answers for it and can try to outgrind it. But where we strive is beating, that 75% of the best of one aggro meta. And Crush the Weak gets the job done here. But before we break it down more in depth, 3.8 average mana value with 28 non-creatures and 8 creatures. We do have a 58, 14, 28 split. This is basically meaningless with 24 lands in deck. So it should be a relatively smooth time ramping into, some of our 5-drops here. Breaking it down card by card, 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst, sorcery speed for 1. We can kick it for an additional 3, total of 4. If we don't kick it, destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 2 or less. And if we do, we can destroy that creature or planeswalker regardless of its mana value. 4 copies of Mazemind Tome, 2 mana, artifact. We can tap it to scry 1. We can pay 2 and tap it to draw a card. Every time we tap it, we add a page counter, and once 4 page counters have been accumulated, we'll sacrifice it and gain 4 life. 4 copies of Heartless Act, instant speed at 2, choose 1, destroy target creature with no counters on it, or remove 3 counters from a target creature. Into our 3-drops now, a single copy of Elspeth's Nightmare, a saga. When it enters play, destroy target creature an opponent controls with power 2 or less. On your next draw step, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and then that player discards this card. Finally, on your 3rd draw step, exile target opponent's graveyard just to control their graveyard. We talked about Crush the Weak being the pillar stone of the deck. For 3 mana sorcery speed, Crush the Weak deals 2 damage to each creature. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead, and it can be foretold for the 2 mana, allowing us to cast it later on for 1, which is very nice within this build. Into our 4-drops now. 4 copies of Solemn Simulacrum, a 2/2, and when it enters play, you grab a basic land in tapped, then shuffle, and when it dies, you'll draw a card. 2 copies of Draconic Intervention for 4 mana as well, sorcery speed. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Draconic Intervention deals X damage to each non-dragon creature, where X is the exiled card's converted mana. If creatures would die this turn, exile them instead. And of course, you'll exile Draconic Intervention after you cast it. 4 copies of Baleful Mastery, instant speed for 4. You may pay 2 rather than this spell's mana cost. If you decide to do this, your opponent will draw a card, and you get to exile target creature or planeswalker. 4 copies of Clackbridge Troll, an 8/8 with trample and haste. When it enters the battlefield, your opponent will create 3 0/1 white goat creature tokens, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If a player does, tap the troll, you gain 3 life and draw a card. 4 copies of Shadow's Verdict, sorcery speed, also for 5. Exile all creatures and planeswalkers with 3 or less mana value from the graveyard and the field, which is absolutely amazing. And finally, 2 copies of Ugin the Spirit Dragon, 7 loyalty when he enters for 8 mana, plus 2/3 damage to any target, minus X, exiling each permanent with mana value X or less, that's 1 or more colors, and minus 10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and then put 7 permanent cards from your hand into the battlefield. 2 copies of Professor Onyx, a 5 loyalty for 6 mana. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. +1, you lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. -3, each opponent sacrifices, it's not an exile, getting caught up here. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. And -8, each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Repeat this process 6 more times, which, is a lot of damage. We do have 3 copies of the Crawling Barrens as well. For 4 mana, we can put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it will become a creature if we want. It's still a land. And then some Temple of Malice as well for the scry, pathways for consistency, and the Castle Locthwain to draw. That's the deck, you guys. As far as your strategies and synergies go here, you want to control the field, you want to remove everything. It's not called Removal Tribal for nothing. And then play Clackbridge Troll, crush the weak immediately, get rid of those goats, and now you've got an 8/8 with Trample and Haste that can probably win you the game pretty quickly. Of course, we have more damage potentially through the Solemn Simulacrum, Crawling Barrens, Ugin, and Professor Onyx Magecraft. That should be enough to hold you out and win a lot of games, especially if you're wiping these aggro decks out, right? We have single target if you don't have your wipes in hand, but if you have your wipes, Crush the Weak, Shadow's Verdict, it's going to get the job done, right? So thanks again for your time and attention. I really appreciate everyone who's been watching the videos so far. You guys are amazing. Make sure to get in on our giveaways. We just gave away this Scalding Tarns to Unshaven Leg, and next up we'll be giving away a complete standard play set for the new set when it comes out. So that's exciting. So tell your friends, jump in, subscribe to the channel, check out the link tree. It's going to have the Discord invite. You can support on Patreon through the affiliate links. All that stuff is there. You can also download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free as well, which is really cool. So get in on all of the goodies available within my link tree, you guys. Thank you again. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and don't forget to watch to the end for my deck review. Oh, talk about a bad hand. Talk about a bad hand. Look, the tomes are nice. The act is nice. Maybe we shouldn't complain. Just another 2-lander. Oh, man. I think something changed with the land algorithm. And it's sad because I had a bunch of decks made before. And now that we've come back to whatever this is, it's not so hot. Okay, they top deck a Verdict, which is actually bad news bears. But we get a land. And we get this to the side. That way we can tome and crush the weak. Yeah, play some more weaklings. Robbers are good though. Especially when they have a Haven in the background. Got him. There's not enough Crush the Weak in the meta. Yeah, I'm gonna come out and say it. Crush the Weak would slow down a lot of these aggro decks. They're like, whoa, they're doing it on turn 3? I thought I had until turn 4. Okay, so we do have Heartless Act for you next turn, bro. That'll get the next one. Okay, another tome in play. We're down to 9. That's not good. What if they have more haste in hand? Like a freaking gold span dragon. Alright. They get the ramp from it, and they still are sitting on the havens, which is bad news bears. Not enough land for that. Ooh, that's not land either. This is, though. And then we can play the troll, and that might help. We're at 9. We can block, potentially. Ooh, that's a big boy! So, this is 2 mana, or no, it's only 1 right now, but they could still stomp us. We already have a troll. We're just scrying for the life, basically. Oh, Heartless Act is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That sucks. We should have tossed it, looked for the 6th land. I'm going to kill Torbrand while they're tapped here with the red mana. So if they did have anything that they were just going to go face with, they shouldn't get it now. Playing defensively against the Havens. Right, because I probably am still going to cast this for 2-on-1. Yeah, don't mind. Right, we can kill the champion. Or at least draw a card if they have first strike and a bonus. And before the rogue attacks, because it is a rogue and a knight, right? It gets a double bonus. We're just going to fry it. They get the draw. It's annoying, but whatever. I think it's still the right play. Right? Just because it was a land. Let's grab some life here. The first fork comes in, up to 13. It's not entirely good when they're just tapping it. Right, like we will get to draw here. Oh, they don't. So I'm going to defend with it then. How would they ever get through an 8/8 unless they tap it? So if we can pull, you know, Shadow's Verdict, Extinction Event, and wipe these goats, we're going to get it. They had Shadow's Verdict. I would love them to play the Shadow's Verdict. There's an Embercleave. We gave them the goats, and they have an Embercleave. Ouch. I get it. I get it. Still dies. It's not the worst. We can just nuke this now, I guess, right? It's like so cheap. We may as well just deal with it. And this is getting kind of grindy for them, you know what I mean? Yeah, they've got some cool cards. They're top decking still. But this is looking better for us than them. Just so we send the Rimrock right to the grave. They had another cleave. Oh man. Not expecting that. sure. I mean, it's smart. That way they still have the goat. Crawling Barrens is pretty cool here. Alright, I think we've got a pretty good defensive spot here. Mr. Pones. Name's Indy. Indy Pones. They're in a tough spot. I do like the draws off the Simulacrums, whichever one they decide to kill. They won't get any damage through, though. And then we have the Barrens to sink mana into after this. So even if our top decks are bad, you know, we have the draw through the Castle, and we have the mana sink as well through the Barrens. There could be something fishy here, you know what I mean, in their hand. Come on, we want both of them. Oompa loompa dippity doo. I've got another blocker for you. Another land as well. Ooh. Oh. Oh. I think we might be okay. Like, even if they top deck Onyx, no. We're at 12 life. It's pretty good. I think we should be fine. We've outlasted the red deck. Well, speak of the devil. Oh, man, that sucks. I want to troll and then verdict. That's 10 land. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh man, we're so close. Gotta play it safe though. Gotta play it safe. We have this, right? So 1, 2. Well, actually, we don't want to tap that. I guess it doesn't matter. 3, 4, 5, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go Clackbridge, right? Goats, Intervention, and then we're exiling, you know, just something small to kill the goats. Heartless Act. Goats are gonzo. And now, it's like, how are you going to get through this 8-8? I kind of want to give it to him. You know, like X going to give it to you type scenario, but I'll play it safe. It's a red deck. I'm not going to give them any leeway. Watch them have a buff in hand. You know what I mean? Like a Rimrock Knight. We'd still trade with it. Okay, here's the final blow. Here's the scoop. We have lethal next turn. Alright, still keeping the defender there, playing it safe. We should have forced the block. My bad here. I was thinking of using it defensively. But if we could have forced it probably, and that would have been better. And then they wouldn't have the chance to equip the cleave. Instead of just like sending in the massive blocker. Gives them a hope, right? You gotta give your opponent hope at the end of the day. We're all trying to have fun. Let's give them hope. Flicker. Punished. But then they can't equip the cleave. And we have lethal on the return, and they give us it back. Oh, that's good. We'll just sync it up. That's super lethal. Lily, go! Exile, go! Magecraft OP. Yeah. Especially against a monocolor deck. Oh no, sacrifice. And Clackbridge Troll. Nice, easy wins. Going first. Oh man, I don't like this hand. Like, at all. Playing against Luris, Elspeth's Nightmare might actually be good. If we miss any land. That's so sad. Ugin opening hand is not something I ever take. It's like way too expensive to be in your opening hand. Unless you're a ramp deck and you've got the ramp in hand as well, but woof. Should be fine though. Passage in slow means it's rogues. I assume anyways. A second swamp and we're off to the races. Alright, here comes Soaring Thought Thief. I will not be milled. You can draw because you're going to draw a million cards anyways. I just don't want the Thought Thief around. I just don't want it around. I just don't want it around. I just don't want it around. What else do you do while we wait? You can check out the link tree. Buy some cool swag. Support on Patreon. Stuff like this. I've been slacking on my call to actions. Well, I'm not missing my land drops, which is nice. Here comes another Thought Thief, though. Oh, they cycle a Triumph. That is great news. And we even gave him a draw. Passage is good, but not on the crap. Passage is good, but not on the crap. Repeat after me. They've got stuff in that hand. We know it. This doesn't have flash. We can eat it up. Baron's getting some love. It can now dodge Heartless Act. Get that first counter spell out of their hand. Because I don't want it on my Clackbridge Troll, that's for sure. You can counter this. Yeah, it's Mystical Dispute. Getting that out of the way. Huh. Their turn. Attack for 1. Mill 1. I hate rogue decks. I hate ultimatum decks. Okay, that's good removal for us off the top. You jerk. They have 6 cards in hand. Wow. 5 cards in hand. And they want to hold up 4 mana or something? Who knows? My boy Solemn in the house. Cool, cool, cool. We'll take another swamp. All good things. More rogues. I hate the rogues. What we need to do is an uncountered Shadows Verdict. That's what we want. That's what we need. That's what we desire. I'm telling you right now, Heart of the Cards. Shadows Verdict. That's what we need. Oh, it was right on top and they just milled it. Maybe I started manifesting too soon. Timing is everything. I should have waited or specified after the mill. Because you know I didn't. Go Troll. Pull out Counterspell. Ugin next turn. Big laughs. No, they know. They know. They're screen cheating. They're screen cheating. No, I'm just kidding. They can have removal. Who am I to say? It's such an easy deck to use and do the dirty like that, though. This is definitely something that I would counter. If this Mazemind Tome enters play, this rogue player will probably lose the game. throw him a left hook. Something that maybe they're listening to, right? Again, just jokes. We're having fun here. Into the story basically means the game's over. They do give us the draw and the life gain. I guess it's a form of mill. Draw. That's what they're all about. Okay. So they're looking for a counter spell here. Or they're sure they're going to play Luris. We have 37 cards in deck still. Crab I don't care about, right? Not overly. Oh, Fabled Passage is okay unless on top of crap. That's terrible! That's a BM. Wow. They mill another verdict and crush the week. I'm gonna get belligerent here soon. I'm gonna start breaking stuff. Starting with you, rogue deck. You hear? Come on. So they're gonna mill some useless stuff, and then we're gonna top deck a Shadow's Verdict. In case Ugin doesn't work. Which I know he won't. But hey, we can try. We can try. They have so much mana available. Like, what is the deal there, right? Why do you need so much mana? Okay, we did what we needed to do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, maybe. That's only 2 black. Did we get it? Oh, dog. What You gonna do that to me? They're gonna remove it here, though. They have removal for sure. Little death touch. We got trample, though. We got trample. So there's no removal. More mill of things that I need. Down to 9. We can draw it into our hand as well. Oh man, nervous! I don't like playing against these rogue players. Oh really? You're just gonna mill us out? Like, well, whatever, we'll mill you out. Maybe they mill this from us. They know we scry. No, we get it. Okay. Oh, those are a couple nice Milleronis. How does this work out in a win for us before we get 22 in deck? I think that's good enough. How do they have so many cards in hand? Right? Into the story. I can't even handle it. So there's no Thought Thief and there's no Enforcer to mill us. They have 4, 5, 6 mana. Let's just try our luck. We'll use the mana before he loots it. Take a scry, which doesn't matter. I guess we'll leave it there because it gets milled, right? They're gonna be like, oh, we got their card they wanted. We'll kill the crap. We should have done the draw, I guess, and killed the crap first, and then we could have attacked, maybe. Going after it. They are really going after it. Another crap. I'm glad I killed the other. Okay, land. Oh, they get another Lily. One, two, three, four, 5 mana left. They could just play Luris. What's in their grave? More crabs. They've got everything in their grave. That's terrifying. Luris is a good card. Oh my gosh. Let me go for it. Nice. And now they're tapped. Not once, but twice they set us up for a dunk. There's a couple different things we could do here. I I think this is the most satisfying because this is colorless. Right, and then it's just like X -3. Get rid of Blurus, all of the crab companions. And we're back on the offensive. Down to 7. We have 16 cards in deck. Ooh, that's not very many. We hit for 5 next turn. If we pull Lily, we have lethal. But they've milled so many. 1, 2. 2 copies. We got 1 more. So they have to spend their mana right now on a Bloodchief's Thirst to kill Ugin. 5 cards in hand still. That's incredible. We take the draw. Every draw helps. We'll burn it to the last card. Up to 20. Heartless Act does help. That's ultra annoying. Down to 4. Here's a flash blocker that we burn. Oh, they just burn us, but we get the draw. I'm going to keep it in hand just to like bluff them that we've got lots of cards. Maybe that's what they're doing to us. Just the whole match. They cycle, fine. They need to kill Ugin. This is a great match. Well, no, it's not. I mean, maybe, as far as like the viewer's concerned, but I have rogues! Down to 1. I'm gonna decline this. Just leaving some stuff in our library, right? We don't need any more land. Ending our turn. We blast them. They need a counterspell. They've got it. Is it enough? They need to burn Ugin and play defensively. Bloodchief's Thirst does it. They can have a petty theft or something too, right? I don't know. No petty theft because Luris is their commander, and Borrower's a 3 mana value. Okay. Maybe they just have the mill. That's what they're going for. We have 10 left. Every rogue they play mills 2. The attack mills 2. So they need to play 4 rogues.
You disturb this world's balance.
They don't have removal on Ugin, or why would they have attacked it? I'm gonna throw up. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. What's more rewarding than beating a rogue player? Not much. Sultai Ultimatum player? Maybe. It's harder to push through multiple rogue spells than one ultimatum, though. But it is more annoying. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Both decks suck. But good game. I like that. That was great. All right, we go first. You know, we have Crush the Week. We have the Troll. That's the combo, right, for 6. We need another Swamp. Solemn can get it, but we still need that 4th land no matter what. We might have to play this defensively and then use Verdict. You know, like do a slow roll instead, but we'll see. Tome off the top would be ideal, or a land. Our opponent's playing slow, and that's going to be good for us. Alright, Crush the Week to the side. That makes it much cheaper. And did you know that it's actually Clackbridge Troll's hand in the picture? I didn't know that till just recently. Okay, so we're good, right? Simulacrum can pull the second swamp. That's going to be the 5th land for the troll. Innkeeper gets wiped. My Simulacrum will get wiped too, but we'll get the draw off that, so it's not the worst. Taking the swamp here. Could this be the perfect play line? Could this be it? After a 15-minute grindy match, we'll show you, you know, that perfect turn 6 scoop. Oh, that's the wrong card. That was not my Clackbridge Troll. It just do. That was supposed to be my troll. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? Leave it alone. That was straight up misclick. The art is not that similar, but I'm just a dummy. And I like looked at the CMC, I was like, yeah, that's the expensive one. It's okay. They would have bounced our troll if we played it. Maybe we just got around their draw. Luca with features?
Dissenters are welcome to debate me in battle.
And we can't deal with this. Well, I mean, we kind of can. I'm sure they're going to pull another one, though. Can you imagine not having misplayed there? And then still having... Well, Shadow's Verdict wouldn't have done it either. We do get it here, though.
This is my favorite part.
But they can re-Luca on the Serpent token. Let's try to recover this match. We got it. It's okay. It's okay. HGG, what are you doing? What are you doing, HGG? This guy has got to be so frustrating to watch, hey? But it's about keeping our opponents on their toes, right? If they are like, if we don't know what we're doing, how can they know what we're doing? Oh, they do blaster, you dog. You dirty dog, bruh. And now the Luca minus on the token? Or attack and then Luca minus on the token. Oh my god, twice in a row. Twice in a row? Oh, they go with a 3-drop because the only thing higher than the 3-drop is Coma. But if they went with the 0-drop, it could have been a 3-drop that they got. I see. Okay, so this game is over. Do not know how we'll make it through this. I'm going to try to double crush the weak, and we'll wipe out all the serpents, and then, you know, we have an 8-8 and they have a 6-6, but 6-6 just makes serpents. It'll be like a 6-2 as well. That's crush the weak. We'll do 4 damage. If we could top deck a 3rd crush the weak, but then they just give it indestructible.
Monsters are the key to defending my city.
This is an interesting deck. That's for sure. I mean, we have hope. It exists. Couldn't they have just... Well, then we gotta draw on 3 life if it was the other way. They don't want that. They just want to hit home for 9, hey? Do they have a cleave for lethal? No. I do like how they're effective at going for it. There's a couple things we could top deck here. An Extinction Event. Another Crush the Weak. Well, Crush the Weak actually, as we discussed, might not work. An Extinction Event will, though. Good game. We don't get it. Alrighty. Removal Tribal doesn't disappoint. Sometimes, I love being janky. I love trying to make a Scoot Swarm go to Oblivion, and even that works out better, but a lot of the mid-range decks are so hard to utilize. But when you just go full out control villain mode, it's like, alright, I've got a deck filled with removal. Come at me, aggro decks. I'm ready to pick them off one by one. But then you kind of fall to some of the ultimatum decks, right? You can grind it down potentially, but it's a hard push and you're really relying on some good luck there. But like I said, the majority of the best of one meta is aggro decks, and this wiles out on them so hard. There's lots of removal, lots of exile, so there's no recursion. Definitely is the deck to beat aggro decks for me right now, right? Again, thank you all for your time and attention. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments how you would change the deck up. What would you add? What would you drop? Of course, I love hearing them. It does go a long ways for the future thought process within my videos, because I'm always watching and reading and then, kind of interpreting and considering whether or not I find those things coherent to my own goals. And then, sometimes I do unlock some really great ideas through you guys. And then, these things become incorporated in my future builds, and it all just gets better. So thanks again. I appreciate you guys. Support the channel if you can afford to do so through something like Patreon. It's all in the link tree. You can go for a snoop, or of course, just send me a message. We'll figure it out. Have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next.